Hi, Diana. Let's have a look at your essay about international marketing. So, there is no doubt that the increased development of international marketing has a very important influence on countries at a global scale. Okay, very nice first sentence. In this essay, I'm going to discuss both the negative and positive sides of this impact and explain why I'm firmly sure. I wouldn't say firmly sure, perhaps you could replace this by the word certain, because firmly sure do not collocate, that the positive side outweighs, not outweighs, the negative one. This is a great introduction. The only thing I could suggest is that you take care of these repeated words. Just make sure that you replace with synonymous expressions, such as, I don't know, downsides, let's say, not drawbacks, because you have drawbacks in the next paragraph. Okay, so just make sure that you never repeat the same words, especially in the same paragraph and so close. To start with the drawbacks, it is known that some people see the international marketing as a threat to the integrity of one's country culture. This is a great topic sentence, but this part could be simplified. You could say as a threat to the integrity of the culture in a country, let's say. You don't even need the ones. This is because inhabitants might be exposed to some beliefs and behaviors considered unacceptable. No, it's this unacceptable in their country. Great. To illustrate one, you mean one belief, right? Consider an advertising of a new car model which is manned by a woman. First of all, what you wrote is plural. You need this. And we can't say manned in, no, absolutely not. You can simply say driven. Given on television, no, not given, shown on television. In one of the Arabic countries, you need to capitalize nationalities and languages. What driving a car by females is forbidden. This is spelling again. How about rephrasing this by saying it simpler? Let's say we're driving, is forbidden for females, something like this. This kind of advertisement, and advertisement is again misspelled, might not only create discomfort in local communities, spelling again, but also provoke conflicts on a national level, right? Spelling. I can see you have a lot of spelling errors. This behavior is perfectly fine. It's just the British spelling of behavior, unlike the American spelling, which would be this one, you see. My Microsoft Word prefers the American spelling, as you can see it here down in my language. So this paragraph is absolutely brilliantly written in terms of ideas, coherence, topic sentence, supporting sentences, and examples. But you really have to take care of minor vocabulary and grammar issues and spelling. Just make sure that you remember how to spell important words. Okay, let's go to the second one. Having said that, I'm more than sure that the positive influence of the marketing open to the international use. I think this is a bit wordy. You're trying to avoid saying international marketing again, but you can say advertising in foreign countries or advertising oriented towards foreign markets, and you will say the same thing. It's much more important at the moment. Broadening one's horizons, one's possessive, and educating new generations about how different nations work is essential. You don't need this comma. We never use commas between the subject and the verb. It's essential for their better future. Great. Moreover, with the advent of the internet, great vocabulary, it is just a matter of time that they learn how other cultures and traditions are different from their own. Great. Absolutely great. I really like the emphatic structure that you use here. I can see that you have a great command of complex grammar, and this is absolutely awesome because this means that your score for grammatical range, and I want to stress range, will be great. But what could bring down the score could be your accuracy, and this means the errors that you make. So we really have to polish your writing, and you need to work on that if you want your score to be exceptional. On the other hand, if it was not possible, they would have grown isolated and would have no opportunity to develop and had to contribute to the benefit of the well-being the society, the country, and the whole world. This is a nice sentence. This is a nice sentence, but it needs fixing. First, you have conditionals here, right? They would have grown isolated, but they didn't, right? And then they would have no opportunity. So is this a real conditional, or is this a conditional in the past? I'm not sure what you mean here. So first of all, you could say if it were not possible, if you want to be accurate in your building, at least second conditional, right? Then if you mean that this still didn't happen, you can use the form where they would have grown isolated. But then you say they would have no opportunity, which is very hypothetical, and it means that in theory this could happen. On the whole, this looks like a case of mixed conditionals. If this is so, let me know somehow. Write me an email. If not, you really have to tell me what you mean here, because depending on your purpose, you have to adjust the use of conditionals appropriately. Let's go on. I think I have forgotten who they were, because by they you mean the new generation. So you can say the modern youth. Youth or youngsters. Okay. I would say, I think you meant they would grow isolated and they would have no opportunity to develop. Based on your context, this would make sense. They would have no opportunity to develop or to contribute to the benefit and the well-being, because you cannot say the benefit of the well-being. No, the benefit and the well-being. These are two different things, and both of them are positive, and both of them are for the society, the country, and the whole world. For example, an advertisement about the threat of the climate change may touch and teach. This is absolutely beautiful use of language. Those who never cared about this issue, which often happens in undeveloped countries. Right. As a result, more responsibility and more new ideas for the better future are generated. I would say would be generated. Or you can use an emphatic structure and say something like, as a result, well, a possible result of this could be more responsibility and more new ideas for a better future, something like this. To conclude, there are some risks about the spread of the global marketing, like, and you don't need this comma here, no, not in English, like the provocation of conflicts between genders and overexposure to unacceptable, no, not this one, it's unacceptable, not acceptable. It comes from the root accept, right? Not able to be accepted. Behavior might occur. I am convinced that these risks are too insignificant, spelling again, and not against, in comparison with the positive influence, which is growing more responsible. No, if you write it like this, which is growing more responsible, you mean that the influence is growing more responsible, which is not the case. I can figure it out from the context. So we have to change it a bit and say, and namely, the positive influence, and namely growing more responsible, more aware, and more educated new generations in an affordable and easy way. Oh yes, growing new generations. You don't grow generations, you grow tomatoes. You educate new generations. Educate. Wait a second. I think it was okay. And namely educating. More responsible, more aware, and more, let's see a nice synonym, cultured. New generations in an affordable and easy way. Yes, and cultured fits your context absolutely perfectly. That means more educated in the sphere of culture, more aware of the differences between cultures. So this is an absolutely great essay. I really love the fact that you have interpreted the topic correctly. You have developed your body paragraphs absolutely beautifully. You have supported them sufficiently. But there are several important issues. So apart from the repeats that are quite visible here, you have seen the many grammatical and vocabulary errors that I have already corrected. So this is a matter of accuracy. You probably need to get some extra time to reread your own writing and fix it. Two, look at the word count. My Microsoft Word says that it's 364 words. That is absolutely too much. How can we do it more efficiently? If I do this, it says 306 words. So I can do this, and let's say this much is absolutely tops. So please remember that you have to write only 250 words. This means that as much as you want, you cannot write 360 words here, as you do here. Just make sure that you do not exceed 300. That's it. Just make yourself a mental or physical note. Do not exceed. Other than that, you really have great ideas, great style, great command of vocabulary and grammar. But still, you need to polish a couple of things. So if you're interested, please explore the offer at the end of my feedback email. We do have a great online course that addresses a lot of typical IELTS writing issues, and it's very, very efficient. Many of our students can confirm that they have improved to very, very impressive levels in a matter of a couple of days. So if you're interested and if you want to join the course, if you join the full course in the next 24 hours, you will get 2 essay corrections for free and even a $10 discount. So explore the link at the end of my feedback email and see if it's suitable for you and if you find it really useful. But remember, word limit is very important, and the details that might be left apparently unobserved are really important for your score. All the best of luck, and hope to see more of your essays.